subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Valentine Cassadine sat alone in the corner of his Metro Court suite, staring out the window as the city lights reflected against the glass. His glass of scotch sat untouched on the table beside him. He had faced powerful enemies before, but tonight felt different. There was a woman, mysterious, calculating, who had shown up asking to see him. No one knew who she was, not even Nina or Laura. She'd arrived without warning, slipped past security, and said only one thing: "Tell Valentine I know about Brennan." Those words had haunted him since she left that message. Valentine's mind raced, trying to connect the dots. Brennan was on his deathbed, rumors of his health circulating around the PCPD and WSB corridors. Valentine knew Brennan's time was short, but why now? Why this woman? And what did she want? At that moment, there was a knock at the door. "Come in," Valentine called, his voice low, tense. Anna Devane stepped inside, wearing that familiar mix of concern and suspicion that only she could carry. "I got your message," she said. "You said there was something I needed to see." Valentine gestured toward the file on the table. "She came to me," he began, his eyes fixed on Anna. "A woman said she had information about Brennan. And she mentioned your name." Anna froze for a second, her expression hardening. "My name? What did she say exactly?" Valentine handed her the note. The handwriting was elegant but firm, almost military in precision. "Brennan's end is near. Tell Anna the past isn't buried, it's coming for all of us." Anna looked up, her pulse quickening. "Who is she?" Valentine sighed, rubbing his temples. "That's what I'm trying to figure out." Meanwhile, across town at General Hospital, a different kind of tension was brewing. Brennan lay in a guarded room on the 4th floor, tubes running from his frail body to a bank of machines. His once commanding presence had withered into something unrecognizable. Dante Falconeri stood just outside the room with Jordan Ashford, their conversation quiet but urgent. "He's not gonna make it through the night," Dante said grimly. "If he's holding anything back, we need to get it before he goes." Jordan nodded. "He's hiding something big, something that connects back to the Cassadines. Whatever it is, we're running out of time." Just then, the monitor inside Brennan's room beeped sharply. Dante and Jordan rushed in, but Brennan's eyes fluttered open, and for a moment, the old steel returned to his gaze. "Cassadine," he rasped. "It's not over." Back at the Metro Court, Anna was pacing. "This woman, she didn't give you a name?" Valentine shook his head. "No name, no background. But she knew things, Anna. About Brennan's WSB operations, about the offshore accounts, even about the experiments." Anna turned sharply. "Experiments? You mean the classified ones Brennan ran after he went rogue?" Valentine nodded slowly. "Exactly. And she said she was there." Anna's eyes widened. "There? As in part of it?" Valentine gave a grim nod. "That's what she claimed. She said Brennan used people, civilians, as test subjects, trying to develop some kind of behavioral conditioning technique. She said it all went wrong." Anna swallowed hard. "That can't be possible. Those files were sealed, destroyed years ago." "Apparently not," Valentine replied. "She said there's someone still out there, someone Brennan betrayed. And she's coming for him." In Brennan's hospital room, he struggled to breathe, sweat collecting on his forehead. He muttered something incoherent, and Dante leaned closer. "What was that?" Brennan's voice cracked. She's alive. I thought she died in Prague." Dante looked up at Jordan, confused. "Who's alive?" Brennan gripped Dante's sleeve with surprising strength. "Elena's ghost wears a new face," he whispered, before collapsing back into unconsciousness. Jordan frowned. "What the hell does that mean?" Dante shook his head. "I don't know, but if he's talking about another Cassadine, we're in trouble." Later that night, Valentine poured another drink, trying to steady his nerves. The woman's image haunted him, tall, composed, her eyes dark with secrets. She had looked at him like she already knew him, like she had been waiting years for that moment. "You don't remember me, do you?" she had said. "But I remember you. And what Brennan did to us." He had wanted to press for details, but she left as suddenly as she came, leaving only that message for Anna. Valentine turned as Anna re-entered his suite. "I pulled the WSB archives," she said. "There were 3 survivors from Brennan's Prague operation, 2 are dead. The 3rd was listed as missing." Valentine's brow furrowed. "A woman?" Anna nodded. "Yes. Code name Vera Locke. Real name classified." Valentine's heart sank. Vera Locke. She said her name was Valeria. Anna's eyes met his. Valeria Locke. Valentine, that's her. The next morning, news spread through Port Charles like wildfire. Brennan had taken a turn for the worse. Finn stood outside his room, consulting with the nurses. "His organs are shutting down," Finn said quietly. "If he's got anything left to say, now's the time." Inside, Brennan's eyes opened once more. A figure stepped into the room. It was Valeria. The nurse tried to stop her, but she flashed a badge. "WSB clearance," she said curtly, and the nurse stepped aside. Brennan's gaze flickered with terror when he saw her. "You," he whispered. Valeria stepped closer, her voice low and sharp. "Did you really think you could erase me, Brennan? That you could destroy my life and walk away clean?" He coughed, blood staining his lips. "You were supposed to be dead." She smiled faintly. Surprise. The monitor's beeps quickened as Brennan struggled for air. "They'll know," he choked. "They'll find you." Valeria leaned down close to his ear. "I want them to." Outside the room, Dante and Jordan watched through the glass. "Who the hell is that?" Dante asked. "She's not on the visitor list." Jordan frowned. "I don't know, but Brennan's reacting to her. We need to intervene." They rushed in, but Valeria was gone, just like she had appeared. Brennan was gasping for breath, eyes rolling back. Dante pressed the call button. "We need a crash cart, now." Finn rushed in seconds later, but it was too late. The steady tone of the monitor filled the room. Brennan was gone. Jordan exhaled sharply. "We just lost our only lead." Back at the PCPD, Anna was staring at the surveillance footage Dante brought in. The timestamp showed the woman entering the hospital using a stolen WSB access code. "That's her," Anna said softly. "Valeria Locke." Dante crossed his arms. She didn't kill him, but she wanted him dead. Maybe she just wanted him to see her before he went. Anna frowned. "No, Dante. This isn't over. If Valeria's resurfaced after all these years, she's not here for revenge, she's here for justice. Or something far bigger." At the Metro Court bar, Valentine watched the news report in silence. The headline scrolled across the bottom of the screen: "Brennan dead, WSB investigation underway." He felt no relief, only dread. He knew Valeria wouldn't stop there. Suddenly, his phone buzzed with a text message. No number, no name. Just 3 words: "You're next, Valentine." He froze. "Damn it," he muttered under his breath. That's when Anna walked in, phone in hand. "We need to talk," she said urgently. "She's not just some ex-agent, Valentine. She's tied to a much bigger network. Brennan wasn't the target, he was just the beginning." Valentine looked up sharply. "What are you saying?" Anna took a breath. "I'm saying Valeria Locke didn't come back to settle a score. She came back to finish what Brennan started." Meanwhile, in a shadowy motel on the outskirts of town, Valeria sat on the edge of a bed, staring at a photo. It was old, faded, showing Brennan, a younger Valentine, and several others in WSB uniforms. Her voice trembled as she whispered, "You all thought you could forget. But I remember everything." She reached for her phone and made a call. "It's done," she said quietly. "Brennan's dead." The voice on the other end was low, female. "Good. Then phase 2 begins. Valentine Cassadine will lead us to the rest." Valeria hesitated. "He's not the same man he was." The voice replied, "None of us are. But he still carries the key. Find it, or the past dies with him." At the same time, Valentine sat back, eyes distant. "She's out there," he murmured. Anna nodded. "And she's not alone." Valentine's phone buzzed again. This time, an image appeared. It was a photograph taken from somewhere near his home. A red circle was drawn around the window of Charlotte's bedroom. Valentine's heart stopped. "She's threatening my daughter," he said through clenched teeth. Anna's expression hardened. "Then we find her first." Valentine stood, determination burning in his eyes. No one touches my daughter. Not again." As night fell over Port Charles, storm clouds gathered. In a single day, the city had lost one man and gained a new ghost. Brennan's death left more questions than answers, and the shadow of Valeria Locke loomed large. Anna stared out her office window, whispering to herself, "The past always finds its way back." And somewhere in the distance, Valeria's voice echoed the same sentiment into the darkness, "It's only just begun." "You kept the piano," she said. Her voice carried the faint rasp of old cigarettes and older secrets. Val's fingers tightened around the glass. "Some things are harder to move than others, Brennan." She flinched at the name, a micro-movement at the corner of her mouth. "Don't. That woman's been dead 15 years. Then why are you wearing her face?" Brennan, because that was the name stitched into the lining of every alias she'd ever used, crossed the room in 4 measured steps. She stopped an arm's length away, close enough for him to smell the rain on wool and the copper tang beneath it. A stain darkened the cuff of her left sleeve. Not rain. Blood, already browning at the edges. "I don't have time for nostalgia, Val. I'm here because you're the only one left who can finish what I started." He set the untouched scotch aside. "And what exactly did you start that's worth bleeding on my rug?" She reached into her coat, not the pocket with the weight, the other, and drew out a photograph. Old, edges soft from handling. She held it between 2 fingers like a playing card she was reluctant to lay down. Val took it. The image showed a younger Brennan standing beside a man in a white lab coat. Behind them, a steel door embossed with a caduceus entwined by a double helix. The man's face had been scratched out with something sharp, nail, key, desperation. But Val recognized the corridor. Port Charles General, sub-basement, the wing that officially did not exist. "Project Lazarus," he said quietly. "You remember." Her exhale trembled. "Good. Then you remember the failsafe." Val's gaze flicked to the blood on her sleeve, then to the bulge in her pocket. "You're dying. 48 hours, give or take. The toxin's synthetic. Binds to hemoglobin, crystallizes in the lungs. There's no antidote on the market because the market never knew it existed." She laughed once, a dry sound. "I weaponized it. Irony's a bitch." He turned the photo over. On the back, in Brennan's cramped handwriting, "If I'm compromised, trust no one but VC burn after reading." "You wrote this before you vanished," he said. "Before they made me vanish." She swayed, caught herself on the back of a chair. The people who funded Lazarus never disbanded. They just went deeper. New name, new board, same goal, controllable resurrection. They want the research. All of it. Including the live subject. Val's pulse remained steady, but something cold coiled in his gut. There is no live subject. The trial collapsed. Everyone died. Not everyone. Brennan's eyes glistened, fever or tears, impossible to tell. There was a child. Female. Born in vitro, gestated in an artificial womb. They called her Subject Sigma. I smuggled her out the night the lab burned. Hid her with a family in Port Charles. Gave her a name, a birth certificate, a life. The room seemed to contract. Val heard the tick of the grandfather clock in the hall, each second a hammer. Who is she? Brennan's smile was small and terrible. You've met her. More than met. You've loved her, fought her, tried to kill her, and saved her life twice. She just doesn't know you're her father. The Scotch glass slipped from the console and shattered. Amber liquid spider-webbed across the marble. Val did not move to clean it. Say the name, he whispered. Charlotte. Brennan's voice cracked on the second syllable. Charlotte Cassadine. Your daughter. My miracle. He laughed then, a sound like gravel under boots. Impossible. I would have known. How? You were in a WSB black site when she was born. I forged the DNA reports myself. Made sure the trail led to Anna Devane's old flame, not to you. It was the only way to keep her off their radar. She coughed, a wet, tearing sound, and pressed a fist to her mouth. Blood spotted her lips. They found me in Prague. Tracked the money I sent for her tuition. They want her alive, Val. The toxin in my blood? It's the key. My genome carries the counteragent. They need both of us to unlock Sigma's potential. Val's mind raced through corridors of memory, Charlotte's defiance at age 10, the way she tilted her head when puzzled, his own gesture mirrored. The unexplained fevers she'd had as a child, the doctors baffled by her recovery rate. He had chalked it up to Cassadine resilience. Now he saw the lattice of lies. What do you need from me? He asked. 2 things. Brennan reached into the weighted pocket and produced a syringe filled with viscous silver fluid. This slows the crystallization. Buys me 72 hours if I'm lucky. I can't administer it myself, tremors. You'll have to do it. He took the syringe. The metal was warm from her body. Second, she continued, the research. I encrypted it on a drive hidden in the hospital. Sub-basement, old cryo vault. The combination is Charlotte's birthday, month, day, year she thinks she was born. Not the real one. You'll know the difference. Val's jaw tightened. General Hospital is crawling with feds since the Corinthos raid. Then be smarter than them. You always were. She swayed again, harder this time. He caught her by the elbows. Up close, the damage was worse, lips blue, pupils blown wide. There's a kill switch in the data. If they get Sigma without it, they can restart the program. Thousands of children, Val. Disposable soldiers who never die. He eased her into a chair. Her coat fell open, revealing a makeshift bandage soaked through at the ribs. Knife wound, sloppy field dressing. She had not come here to survive, she had come to pass the torch. Why now? He asked. Why not years ago? Because I thought I could stay ahead of them. Because I wanted her to have a childhood. Brennan's head lolled. I was wrong. They're already in Port Charles. I saw one at the airport, same tattoo on the wrist as the Prague team. They'll go for her at the hospital. She volunteers in pediatrics on Thursdays. Today was Thursday. Val's phone buzzed on the console. He ignored it. I'll get her out of the city. No. They'll expect that. You have to finish it. Get the drive, trigger the kill switch, then disappear with her. There's a safe house in Montreal, coordinates in the lining of my coat. Take the jet. Leave tonight. Another cough racked her. This time blood flecked the rug. Val knelt, pressed 2 fingers to her carotid. Pulse fluttering like a trapped moth. Brennan, look at me. Her eyes struggled to focus. The toxin. Is it airborne? Contagious? Only if they weaponize it further. For now, it's blood to blood. She gripped his wrist with surprising strength. Promise me. Whatever it takes. Protect her. I swear it. Her grip slackened. The syringe trembled in his other hand. He uncapped it, found the vein at the crook of her elbow, scarred from years of fieldwork, and pushed the plunger. Silver fluid vanished into her bloodstream. She gasped, arched, then sagged. Val, she murmured, there's one more thing. The man in the photo, the one I scratched out. He's alive. He's here. And he knows what Charlotte is. The elevator dinged. Someone had overridden the private access. Brennan's eyes widened in panic. Go. Through the service corridor. Take the stairs to the garage. My car's in space 47. Keys in the visor. Val stood, mind already mapping routes. Who is he? Dr. Isaiah Gannon. Her voice was barely a thread. He was the lead geneticist. Thought he could play God. Now he wants his creation back. Footsteps echoed in the foyer, heavy, deliberate, multiple sets. Val scooped the photograph, the syringe cap, and Brennan's coat. He pressed a kiss to her forehead, tasting salt and iron. I'll end this, he said. She managed a ghost of a smile. Tell Charlotte, tell her I loved her enough to lie. He slipped through the kitchen, past the pantry, into the narrow service hall the staff used for deliveries. Behind him, the front door splintered under a battering ram. Shouts in clipped Eastern European accents. WSB contractors, maybe, or worse, private mercenaries with no rules. Val took the stairs 3 at a time, coat flapping like a broken wing. 47 floors to the garage. His lungs burned, but adrenaline kept rhythm. Charlotte. Thursdays. Pediatrics. He had perhaps 90 minutes before they converged on General Hospital. In the garage, Brennan's car, a nondescript gray sedan, waited exactly where she said. Keys in the visor, along with a burner phone and a post-it, if I'm gone, call the top contact. Trust no one else. The phone's contact list held one name, L. Scorpio. Val slid behind the wheel, engine purring to life. As he pulled out, tires screeching on polished concrete, his rearview mirror caught a final glimpse of the penthouse floor. Black-clad figures poured from the elevator, weapons raised. One knelt beside Brennan's slumped form. Val